Hey, what do it, y'all? Swish Entertainment putting y'all on tune to all y'all favorite rappers and celebrities alike. But first, I need this little favor done for y'all. First, please like, comment, subscribe to the video, hit that notification bell as well. That'd be a great service to the channel. Put y'all on tune to this story. Now, today we will once again be talking about the Polo G family. Once again, these people were having some troubles amongst themselves. So Polo G's mother has filed a restraining order against her own daughter, going by the name of Leilani Capelite. Leilani Bartlett, to be exact, when going by her government name. So you guys have yet to be familiar with what has been transpiring. Both Polo G's mother and his sister got into it on April 1st of 2024 this year. The general gist of the story is that both Polo G's mother and his baby mother Crystal were being disrespectful towards the sister. It seems as if the sister could not take the emotional distress that was being caused by both the mother and the baby mother, so something ended up giving. This is being said to have resulted in a manic episode by the sister Leilani. She had become very angry and hostile, and she began attacking both the baby mother and the mom. Now, I'll delve much deeper in this in two previous videos. If you guys would like to see that, that will be available in the description below. But following the altercation taking place between the baby mother, the mother, and the sister, the mother became so defensive and fearful that she ended up grabbing her firearm. Once she had gotten a hold of her firearm, she would use his weapon to scare away her daughter. There was also footage that would end up being publicized of the mother chasing her daughter out of the mansion and laying off shots to scare her away. Polo G's family members, consisting of both the mother and the baby mother and security as well, would end up putting the daughter in a car to take her away. It seems that the mother's attempt to scare the daughter away from the household proved to no avail. The daughter Leilani could be seen lying in the grass in the front lawn, pleading to not be taken away and telling them to let her go. The woman seemed quite determined to make her point that she was not leaving the vicinity, but they ended up taking her away anyway. So following this whole incident having happened, Leilani was said to have ran to her boyfriend's house. Apparently she would lock herself in her boyfriend's room and call the authorities, saying that she was being held hostage. The boyfriend would end up recording footage of the authorities arriving on the scene, and he seemed shocked and in disbelief. So after all these events had taken place, both parties would take to the internet to post a slew of posts. Both Polo G's mother and her daughter would come to the internet to speak on the incident and give their takes on what had taken place. For one, she had presented documentation to the internet of her daughter having suicidal thoughts. She also stated that her daughter had had a mental health break and that this has been prolonging for about a year. Polo G's sister in response would claim that her mother has caused her a lot of emotional pain and label her a narcissist as well. Polo G's sister would also present evidence that she had bragged about shooting at her brother. She would also place accusations on her mother's name, saying that she had put her own brother in the justice system. The issues that were ongoing between both the mother and sister would continue on the mother's birthday, which is when the footage of the mother shooting at the daughter had ended up leaking from an unknown source. So about 8 days later, following that incident's continuation, Polo G's mother had decided to file a restraining order against her daughter Leilani. So here we have documentation given by Polo G's mother's attorney. This documentation states Stacey and Mac opens up about recent incident and urges mental health awareness. On Friday, June 21st, 2024, a video was released showing my client, Stacey and Mac, firing warning shots to protect herself, her home, and the children inside. This video is undoubtedly distressing, but it's important to recognize the intense fear and distress that led to this moment. Stacey and Mac found herself in a position no one should ever face, having to defend her home and loved ones, especially from someone she deeply cares about. For months before this incident, Stacey was desperately trying to get help for her daughter, Leilani Capelite. She reached out to family and friends, seeking their support and urging them to join her in getting Leilani the professional care she needed. Tragically, her pleas went unheard, and Leilani's mental health continued to decline, leading to increasingly erratic and ultimately violent behavior. Stacey is suffering then and with the physical altercation. Following the incident, she was subjected to continuous verbal, mental, and emotional attacks on social media. In what appeared to be a manic episode, Leilani made numerous false, slanderous, and defamatory statements about her mother. She manipulated text messages, presenting them out of context to paint Stacey in a negative light. These actions have caused Stacey immense emotional pain and distress. Stacey firmly believes that the traumatic events of April 1st, 2024, and the turmoil that followed could have been avoided if her community had heeded her cries for help. Both she and Leilani were reaching out, seeking support and understanding, yet their cries were met with silence. This heartbreaking situation is a stark reminder of how deeply mental health issues can affect families, often creating immense stress, tension, and upheaval. Ignoring these problems only makes them worse. If you or someone you love is struggling with mental health issues, please seek professional help immediately. It is never too late to reach out, to support each other, and to start the healing process. So delving deep into this documentation, Stacia Mack's attorney will open up with a justification as to why Stacia Mack had carried herself the way she did. This attorney was attributing Stacia Mack or Polo G's mother's actions as an act of self-defense for both herself and her family as well. This woman was fearful for her daughter, and this attorney also states that this mother had awareness about her daughter's mental struggles. This attorney also stated that the mother showed persistency in trying to get the daughter the help she had needed to deal with her mental battles. Stacia Mack's or Polo G's mother's efforts did not prove successful, and once the drastic situation between both Polo G's mother and sister had taken off, things got even worse. Once the hectic situation was publicized to the internet, the mother would be met with a slew of hateful comments from the public and fans alike. So here we have the documentation that was filed by Stacia Mack's attorney going by the name of Adama McKinnon. This attorney made sure to send the daughter a cease and desist letter, which would inform the daughter Leilani Bartlett that she is facing the accusation of disparagement and defamation of Stacia Mack. The letter reads, "Dear Ms. Bartlett, this firm represents Stacia Mack, hereinafter referred to as our client. In connection with the matter herein, please direct all future correspondence relating to this matter to our office. It has come to our attention that you have been engaged in harassment, defamation, slander, libel, and overall disparagement of our client within her personal and professional capacities, respectively. Specifically, you have embarked upon an attack upon Ms. Mack within her personal and professional capacities in the following manner. On June 21st, 2024, you falsely stated that Ms. Mack introduced her son, Tarion Bartlett, to the penal criminal system. The official court docket and financial records, including attorney retainers and invoices, prove that Tarion's first arrest occurred in 2021 in Los Angeles, California. This arrest happened during a traffic stop alongside his brother, Taurus Bartlett, resulting in a charge of possession of a firearm. Tarion was subsequently placed in custody and later received probation for this offense. Stacia Mack was not involved in this incident, hence your statement, malicious in nature, is false in its entirety. So based off of this cease and desist letter, when delving deep into the contents that are within this letter, you can see that this attorney is trying to state that this woman had lied and created fabrications about her own mother. Based off of the accusations that are being stated by this attorney when it comes to Leilani Bartlett. The first statement being given by the daughter Leilani Bartlett, according to the attorney, states that the mother had placed her own son in the criminal system. This attorney labels this statement as a falsified claim. The attorney had brought up an incident that had taken place in the year of 2021 where this brother was pulled over alongside his brother Taurus Bartlett. Taurus Bartlett being known by the social media handle of Polo G. The brother Tarion Bartlett will be faced with possession of a firearm. This will be the first documented incident where Tarion Bartlett will be placed into confinement, and thus ultimately the criminal system. Stacia Mack had no involvement with this, thus proving that the statement made by the daughter is falsified. The cease and desist letter continues with two separate incidents being presented by the attorney. So the continuation of the cease and desist letter states you made public and false statements regarding legal actions that occurred within the state of Georgia, alleging that in 2022 Stacia Mack pursued criminal charges against Tarion Bartlett, serving as the main witness against him in Marietta, Georgia. This allegation and statement are false. The official court docket is void of any evidence that Ms. Mack filed criminal charges against Tarion, nor are there any filings that identify that Ms. Mack cooperated with prosecution or identifies her as a witness in this case. Ms. Mack never sought legal recourse against her son, Tarion Bartlett, nor has she acted as a witness against her son in any court of law. The state of Georgia independently determined to prosecute Tarion Bartlett for making terroristic threats to Ms. Mack without any persuasion or insistence from her. In fact, Ms. Mack paid all of Tarion's legal fees, facilitated his enrollment in a youth mentoring program, and satisfied all monetary expenses required to aid in exonerating him from the pending criminal proceedings. The third incident states on or about June 21st, 2024, via various social media platforms, including but not limited to X, Instagram, and varied blogs by making assertions that you had been attacked verbally, emotionally, physically by Ms. Mack and consistently provoked by her as well on March 31st, 2024, Easter Sunday. Further, you proclaim claimed that she triggered me and shot at me 16 times. This statement and the representations therein were grossly false, as the alleged incident occurred on April 1st, 2024, not March 31st, 2024, and Ms. Mack did not fire 16 shots at you. In fact, Ms. Bartlett, you unjustly physically attacked Ms. Mack while she was in her bed in her personal residence. While present in Ms. Mack's home on this day, you also destroyed her property in the presence of several adult witnesses for whom have availed themselves to provide sworn statements of the series of events that they witnessed that day. Your inability to accurately recall the date of the incident, among other critical details, casts doubt on your mental state and your capacity to recollect the events accurately, further substantiating your reckless nature and inability to speak truthfully about my client. Ms. Bartlett, you have visited Ms. Mack's personal residence without consent, threatened her, refused to relinquish use of her property in California, along with physically and verbally attacking her via multiple public forums, including but not limited to social media platforms. Your acts amount harassment and defamation. Such acts may be deemed criminal in nature in the state of Georgia and the state of California, respectively. Please be advised that you do not have the right to engage in such acts against Ms. Mack. So with this second statement being given by the attorney states that Leilani Bartlett had accused her mother Stacia Mack of having filed criminal charges against her son Tyron Bartlett. This statement by Leilani Bartlett, according to the attorney, also proves faulty. These criminal charges being said to have been filed in the year of 2022 by the daughter are not true. According to the daughter, these charges were filed against Tyron Bartlett in the year of 2022. Further details given by the attorney Adana also say that Stacia Mack never acted as a witness against her son. Mind you, this attorney comes from the state of Atlanta, Georgia. Her son was apprehended in Marietta, Georgia in 2022. In an independent case that had taken place in the state of Georgia, they had prosecuted Tyron Bartlett for having made terroristic threats against his mom. Following this incident transpiring, Tyron Bartlett's mother would pay all of his legal fees, also helping her son get enrolled in a youth mentoring program, also making sure to pay all the expenses that were needed to clear him of his criminal charges. Now with the third incident, this pertains to the main subject at matter. The incident that had caused a significant rupture between both the daughter and the mother. First off, to begin with, the attorney states that Leilani Bartlett had claimed that the incident had taken place on March 31st. This statement does not hold reality, and it did not take place on March 31st, but instead April 1st. The attorney had also made sure to address many statements made over the social media platforms by Leilani Bartlett, with the assertions being put forth by the daughter that she was attacked verbally, emotionally, physically, and consistently provoked, going on to place blame on her mother, saying that she had triggered her, then proceeding to have shot at her 16 times in totality. The attorney will continue on to assess these statements as falsified, saying that Stacia Mack did not discharge her firearm 16 times, going on to make the revelation that the daughter unjustifiably attacked her mother, mind you, while she was in her bed in her own personal house, her own property, not only having committed assault but also vandalism and damaging her mother's property, this being done in the presence of many adult witnesses. These adult witnesses being said to have sworn on their statements when giving details on what had transpired in that incident. The attorney made sure to acknowledge Leilani's inability to recall the exact date that the incident had taken place. Due to the lack of accuracy, the attorney felt that this should cast doubt on her mental state. In addition, the attorney also felt that Leilani's mental capacity to recall events accurately should also be placed into question, feeling that her stated inability should support the notion that she has a reckless nature and an inability to speak truthfully about her own mother. The attorney closed out stating that this woman has visited her mother's house without her consent, made threats towards her own mother, and held on to property from her mother and refused to give it back. And lastly, verbally and physically attacking her mother for all of the internet to see. The attorney will finalize by informing Leilani Bartlett that she does not have the right to commit the acts that she has taken part in. The attorney also made sure to inform Leilani that her actions go beyond defamation and harassment, saying that these acts can be perceived and judged as criminal within the state of California and also Georgia. Stacia Mack, or Polo G's mother, also made sure to provide documentation proving that she advocated to have her son Tyron Bartlett free from confinement. Here we have a document that shows her paying off a bond to make sure that this man is free from the state of Georgia. This case, as we previously stated, had taken place in the year of 2022. The mother had labeled this post saying 2022 case in Georgia State versus Tyron Bartlett, not Stacia Mack versus Tyron. Next, she made another post serving as confirmation that she did in fact pay her son's bond, ensuring that he will be freed in the year of 2022. The mother will make a final post saying, "I want nothing more than peace and the truth to be shared. There will be no back and forth from me. Moving forward, my attorneys and legal team will address. Leilani, I love you, and nothing you can ever do or say will stop me from loving you. The internet will not hug you or love you. You are seeking validation from a place that's not real. When you're ready to come to terms with your actions and ready to heal, I'm here. So with the mother having finished off her slew of posts, she had made sure to be expressive of her love for her own daughter, which is always good. Based off of all the information that was provided since the month of April, it is quite clear that the mother is the one in power here. This reality holds substance because it provides a justification as to why this family can act the way that they do. With the daughter having attacked her mother and having to be forced from the household, being chased away from the mansion by her own mother wielding a firearm. Then after having discharged her weapon at her daughter as warning shots to make her flee from the vicinity, she still remained defiant and tried to return to her mother's household. Stacey and Mac also made sure to make it known that she has been taking care of her daughter Leilani Bartlett all the way up to when she was 27 years of age. That is no longer the current circumstance, and with additional details stating that Stacey and Mac had to bail her son out of jail, it supports the notion that there's a consistent pattern here. Two of her children are extremely dependent of her, while the other is a minor and the other is Polo G, who is a highly successful rapper. While in addition, it seems that this family tends to struggle with separating from their past, having lived in an impoverished area within Chicago. This can be explanatory of why this family tends to be faced with drama and why some struggle to stay out of trouble with the law. Polo G's sister unsurprisingly made sure to respond to her mother once again. This woman Leilani Capelot had taken to the internet to say, "This lady is literally so miserable and sick. You shoot at me and file a restraining order. You leave my records and file a restraining order, LOL. Nobody thinking about you, drama." Then we literally live in two different states, two different crowds, two different circles. Maybe if you wasn't 45 trying to hang with people my age, you wouldn't have to worry about running into me. Sending yet another story to the blogs. Fake Olivia Pope, LOL. My brother been in jail almost a year and you ain't made not one visit, not one court date. Sure know how to type a post though, LOL. You need to be filing a job application cause you're fired. Find somebody else to manage. Somebody tell her Zeus hiring. The only good thing she ever gave me was my siblings. This a bond you can't bend or break. You're mad. Is you a gangster or the police? You can't be both. So once again, to no surprise, the sister has shown her disdain towards the mother. She is very displeased with her mother having filed a restraining order against her and having publicized this to the internet. She had also made sure to once again bring up her mother having publicized documentation as proof that she was going through mental issues. After that, this woman also gave details that would put into question why she would file the restraining order to begin with, saying that they live in two different states, being around entirely different people. Next, Leilani Bartlett went on to condemn her mother for having taken their family drama to the internet, going on to make it known that her brother has been under incarceration for nearly a year, and make the claim that her mother has yet to visit her brother once. Following that, she would once again be disdainful of her mother, saying that the only thing that she gave her was her siblings. Continuing on, Polo G's sister will post the incident where her mother had shot at her and tried to get her away from her mansion. She captioned this video saying, "Not to mention the man you see jump with security. They were scared of you. You was the aggressor, not me. I was unarmed, and not to mention there was 4 males on the property. Let me lawyer up now since it's the games people want to play." So if you took notice at the beginning of that video, once the mother had unloaded her pistol one time, the security guard had jumped. The security seemed startled, and Leilani is attributing this to the security being scared of the mother, going to label her mother as the aggressor, not herself. Leilani also continued on to be supportive of her innocence and say that she was not a threat, saying that she was unarmed and that there were 4 males on the property at the time. So with her saying that she did not have a weapon on her person and that there were men all around the property, she was saying that she was no threat to her mother in the situation, being suggestive that her mother's hostile and dangerous actions were not warranted. Leilani also posted many voice files that she had already publicized of her mother making fun of her son for having shot at him. This is also in one of the previous videos that I put out. Once again, that will be available in the description. But Leilani will finalize her abundance of posts with this video.
Chariot awaits. Hey, we outside.
So if we look at the caption that this woman had given on this video, she had said, "My driver is here to take me wherever." So it seems that this woman is trying to be suggestive that life is going well for her, and she still has managed to maintain her assets amidst all the drama amongst her family. Given that she no longer lives with her mother, it could be a possibility that her brother Polo G is providing for her and ensuring that she is taken care of financially. But yeah, y'all, just go cap out this video. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. What do you guys think of Polo G's mother filing a restraining order against her daughter Leilani Bartlett? Based off of all the information provided in this video and some of the other previous videos, if you guys watched that, who do you guys think was the threat within the situation that had taken place with Polo G's family? Either Leilani Bartlett or the mother Stacey Mack? And to cap that out, do you guys ever see the relationship between both Polo G's mother and sister being restored in the future? Let all that be known in the comments, y'all. That's gonna do it. I'm out.
Rage on that beat, going crazy.